What's going on, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. Today we have a fantastic premium concept for you guys to check out. This is one I have actually wanted to get my hands on for a little while. I'm just not decided on which one I want to get, so I just haven't bought one yet. But thanks to the pass around, we get to check one out anyway. So this is the Shard. It is a Kim Ning design. S35, this is the Tiger Strike variant. Per usual with Kansept packaging, you guys know what to expect from that. So I'm not going to spend too much time. I'm just going to go ahead and pull it out of the packaging here. So with that, we'll go ahead and jump right on into this guy. So Kansept does a really great job on their flame anodizing. I love the texture that it gives the titanium. So we'll jump into all of that here in just a moment as well. But first and foremost, let's do our usual close-ups here. Take a look at the texturing on the titanium. Take a look at how everything looks, the fit and the finish. Everything is nicely chamfered. Got some nice milling work here on the blade, or excuse me, on the scales. Got a little bit of a proud screw there. I guess that is just because of how it's milled down like that. The other one is pretty flush. A milled pocket clip. And it works pretty well. The thing carries pretty nicely. Frame lock as per usual. And this does have both T8s and T6s. Open pillar construction with a lanyard tube. Flipper has functional jimping. And you do have a blade hole there that you should be able to reverse flick off of. Let's go ahead and take a look at this blade. Again, S35VN. And it is a satin blade. And we've got a flat grind. Typical Kansept branding. Nice swedge here that runs down. And you've got the kind of the, I call it the blade window. So just, you know, you've got the hole there and it kind of looks like that. You got a reverse Tonto. Blade grind looks to be good. Looks to be symmetrical. Not much in the way of sharpening choil, but you do have one. And, whoa. Let me take a look at that tip again. Okay, so yeah. So it looks like it's symmetrical here, so it doesn't look too far off. It looks pretty close. Pretty close, but then when you look at that tip, it just looks like it is off. Let me look at this with my eye. Is that tip actually bent? I can't really tell. So it definitely looks off there. But I don't know if that's the fault of the knife itself or what. But either way, not too big of a deal. I just didn't want it to actually be bent. I hate seeing anytime these pass-around knives have damage to them. I know that kind of stuff happens, but nah, it's not bent. It is just a little bit of an off grind. I see it better with my naked eye than I did zoomed in. Yeah. So it's just an off grind. So we see that quite frequently. Go ahead and take a look at the screws here. Pivot screw is good. The rest of the stuff is T6s. Let me check this other side. I don't know why Kansept still does that. Puts a screw head on either side. It I just don't like that. Got a screw there that was actually pretty loose. Go ahead and check the screws in. So far, everything looks good though. Everything is nice and tight. Or as far as the machining goes, we had one loose screw, but yeah, fantastic little knife. Another one that I really dig. Like I said, this is one that I have thought about getting for quite some time. I just have not pulled the trigger. Let's see, am I able to reverse flick this guy? Yeah, there we go. So it's not a whole lot of room to get your finger in there, but if you come down and get into that fuller part, you can, or at least for my sake anyway, I can reverse flick it. But the flipper action is really nice. Has kind of a sing to it whenever you flick it open. So it has kind of a, like a shink. Very interesting. It's probably because of the flame anode that's on it. The pivot is a little on the tight side probably, or it could use some oil, one of the two. Detents, pretty good. It could be better. Again, that's just personal preference more than anything. but it flicks out without an issue. That's part of the design there. You see that flipper is pretty flush with the pivot, so that gives you plenty of leverage when you do flick that knife out. Yeah, lock bar access is great. Absolutely wonderful lock bar access. So just done very well. Ergonomics. Again, nothing to write home about. Nothing that's horrible. Nothing to write home about. It's just a very very standard feeling knife in the hand. It's comfortable. No jimping, so that's one slight nitpick. I do like to have a little bit of jimping right there on the blade, if nothing else. Feel the pocket clip a little bit, but again, not bad. It just kind of falls into that category of being right dead center as far as ergonomics are concerned. It's not the best in the world. It's not the worst. It's just kind of right down the middle. In the left hand, feels great. It's a much more comfortable in the left hand than it is in the right. Yeah, nothing really to argue with on this one. Like I said, the only things I would change slightly would be to have some jimping on the back of the blade. The jimping on the flipper is really nice, so just kind of copy that or mimic that onto the blade. And then, yeah, that's really it. I would like to see T8s all the way around. I mean, and stop putting, double-sided pivots on these things. I don't know why that's still even a thing. It just, I don't know. I just don't like it. But outside of that, I have no real issues with the knife. Beautiful knife. I like the way it looks. Kind of gives me some kind of, and I'm not saying it's a copy. It just gives me kind of 940 vibes with the kind of the fluting on the scales there, which I think the 940 is one of, if not the best looking Benchmades, in my personal opinion. Love a reverse Tonto blade shape. It's that and Warncliffe sheet foot. You guys know by now kind of what my faves are, and yeah, good action. Good ergonomics. It's not a bad knife. So a little bit of the specs on this guy. You're looking at a 3.5-inch blade, 8-inch overall, just a hair over 4 ounces. So not a terribly heavy blade, because it does have that thinner handle. But right now, and while I'm filming this, I don't know how many days it's going to be, or a week, or whatever it's going to be. But as I'm filming this, these guys are $135. Which means they do, this particular one, which means they do drop down to being on sale. So unless it's like a drop and you guys got to have it right then, blah, 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 I'd never buy a knife when it's not on sale. I just don't. Well, again, like I said, those cameos where if it's a drop, or if it's, guys that I know or whatever, where small companies or whatever like that, like I said, when they do drops or whatnot, I'll buy the knife then at full price, whatever, it's fine. But like some of these, these are real massive companies, Kaiser, Kansept, Savidi, all of them guys, I never pay full price for their knives. It's just, you're not doing yourself any favors by doing that. Like I said, you can pick this thing up for $135 right now. It says that the normal price for this thing is right over $200. Is this a $200 knife to me? Nah. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It says 35 in titanium. I mean, $200 isn't bad. 135 is a steal. I do like the other versions that are carbon fiber. They have like carbon fiber inlays. I like them a little bit better. They're in the $160 price range. But these things go all the way up to like a full dress model that's like $300. So you can kind of run the gamut on these. Like I said, right now, hopefully, if they are or are not still on sale, whatever. But right now, this particular version is on sale for $135. So check it. If it is, great. If not, like I said, the links will be down below. As per usual, all my links are below, but I really appreciate you guys for watching. As always, please remember, be kind, be humble, be EDC, and we'll catch you on the next one.